Climax is gonna blow your mind off.
Music by Sam Cs.
A lot of things going on in my mind, but okay.
So actually, how the music was used.
लीला अक्का
Hey guys, this is Dheeraj. I'm gonna talk about Suzhal the Vortex today. This is a new Tamil TV show that's come out on Amazon Prime Video. It's been created by Pushkar Gayatri. This is the married duo, director duo that made Vikram Veda in the past. It's a wonderful movie. They're also making it in Hindi, by the way, with Ritik and Saif Ali Khan. Pushkar Gayatri have always directed their films, and this has been directed by two directors, the first four segments by Brahma and the latter four segments by Anucharan. This series is released in over 30 languages through like subtitles.
Yep. And dubbed in 5 Indian languages, set in Sambalur, a fictional town based in the Nilgiri district that celebrates a 10-day festival called Mayanakolai, during which the story unfolds. Suzhal the Vortex tells us about a community, a close-knit community that does whatever it can for it to prosper. The first scene begins with a riot at a factory.
Riot is basically going on for some reason, and then we have Shanmugam played by Parthiban, and then we have the CEO played by Harish. His name is Trilok, and we exactly don't know what this riot is about. And then the police come there, and then the riot ends, even though it is through police brutal force. The next scene that happens is you kind of get to see the union leader Parthiban's family, and what's going on in his life, and then you see that he has a daughter, a young daughter, probably like 15 years old, and the moment he gets home, he kind of looks at her report card and sees that she failed two subjects, including, funnily, which is Tamil. I mean, he confronts her, and he kind of punishes her. And the next thing that happens or unfolds are two things. One is the factory burning down, which has something to do with the riot, and then the union leader's daughter is suddenly missing. A wonderful way to start the story. And then this is spread through 8 episodes, and this is just the first episode. And if you look at the music and the background that's coming through all of this, it's just amazing.
மசானுக்குள்ளே இப்போ வாழாத நெஞ்சம் எல்லாம் தடம் இல்லாமல்
So when I look at the story, I see a lot going on in like family dynamics. Take Shanmugam's story, for example. Just look at his family. He has a wife. This guy's an atheist. His wife is like all God fearing. And then there are two kids who are like, they just don't know what the hell is going on. And you can kind of understand what kind of a mindset these kids could grow in. And then when you look at the cop played by Shreya, Regina, she's actually a Christian, but she's married to a Tam Bram kind of guy. I think they've kind of mixed all these kind of religions together, atheism, agnostic people. There's a lot of things going on. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, you're right. Regina's household reflects on the child who's kind of chilled out, and also the fact that she comes home drunk and nonchalant.
Exactly. Yeah. And she drinks it neat. I like it.
In the first episode, yeah.
ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ஒரு அடையாளம்
Let's explore some themes in this series that I have seen. Dheeraj, would you like to?
When we come to the theme of the film, I guess they kind of intertwine, religion with this Angalama festival of Mayanakolai, with the story that actually kind of deals with a lot of demons and like how somebody,
Yeah.
goes through all that. What do you think, kiddo?
Yes, one of the themes was people and the perception in a small town, which was almost like an extended dysfunctional family where most of the characters seem to harbor secrets. And then the three main characters, Nandini, Neela, her boyfriend, and Trilok, would rather live elsewhere than be judged. There was a taboo aspect of the festival I felt wasn't fully explored.
The way they entirely shot the festival.
Yeah, the cinematography was interesting, but it was definitely helped by the locations. The festival, yes, it's beautifully shot. But I felt there were so many interesting characters around the festival that have not been explored or feature heavily in the narrative, even though we keep hopping back uh, one too many times to the festival, which I felt was distracting, almost reducing the procession to like a freak show or like a voyeuristic pleasure.
I would disagree with you when you talk about the festival is not adding much to it. I think each day of the festival, these guys were like kind of showing something relevant to what that day means or represents in that festival.
Maybe there was larger themes running in the background, communicated by the on-screen subtitles in Tamil. Since I watched the show in Telugu, it could have been lost in translation. This show could have been a huge jump, but the overly dramatic music kind of makes it play out like a TV soap opera, is what I felt. Though overall, the eighth episode was the best. Otherwise, the use of sound was too heavy-handed. It could have been a deeper soundscape, explored the oral atmosphere of the surroundings, something the filmmakers surely missed, is how I felt.
When it comes to background music, I mean, I think I really love the way it was portrayed. I don't think I completely agree with you. Again, if I come back to my example from the first episode in the end where Aishwarya Rajesh is being introduced, I think the background went really, really very well with the anger and the temper that was being felt in that situation. And I mean,
For instance, the background score when Shanmugam and Party go to confront Regina, it's almost like Gangs of New York or Wasapur, when in fact they both are on the same side, is what is revealed. Spoiler.
yeah, that's where I am coming to. I guess, right. So misleading was the concept because there's a lot of people out there who want to kind of guess what's going on next, and I think this music that was played, the background that was going on, it is kind of giving you the sense of what you might think would happen, but that's not exactly what's happening.
Yeah, I don't want to be misled, I want intrigue and suspense created through other tools, perhaps.
I mean, I would I wouldn't say misleading. I would say it is intriguing, right? I mean, it's not exactly misleading. I
Right.
mean, misleading was the word, I guess. And yeah, let's quickly talk about the cast. I think Qatar did an extraordinary job as Sakrai. He was predominantly there in the entire series. Shreya Reddy definitely did a great job as Regina. I'm definitely gonna give 10% to Aishwarya Rajesh playing Nandini. And Parthiban definitely, as you know, he always does a great job. As Shanmugam, he's done a commendable job. And coming to Kumarville, you wouldn't definitely expect this character to do what he's done in this show. I think my favorite character was Santana Bharati, who was doing the insurance agent. I think wherever he was, those scenes were spectacular, and yeah, the pretty much all of the cast, even Shreya Reddy's kid or the second kid of Parthiban, they've done a good job as well. Um, yeah,
Yes,
what do you
all
think,
the
Kiran?
cast was exceptional, especially the female cast, and yeah, the insurance agent was probably the one of the best characters, since he had a tinge of dark humor. But for me, the best part of the series was the world building and the landscape surrounding the story. Despite some like great acting. The weak direction and the lack of attention to detail made this an average show. For instance, like who found these bodies, or how do they remain in an embrace? And also the love triangle between Chakri, Nandini, and the nurse fizzles out towards the end. Mm. And in the climax, you have these two main characters walk into the night as if it were a western. Personally, I would have wanted to see how this community heals after such a tragedy. This show did generate a lot of interest. Last year's Mayor of Easttown deals with similar themes and is a phenomenal miniseries starring Kate Winslet. It's available on Disney Hotstar. Do check it out.
All right, so coming to the verdict, I would say this is an amazing Tamil whodunit crime thriller that has come out in the recent past. I guess this is one of the first that has come out, and for me, I think Pushkar Gayatri, they've done a phenomenal job in creating this concept. I wouldn't completely focus on what the directors have done, but I think the story is amazing and how they ended it, I guess, because when it comes to the ending, which I don't want to reveal because this is a non spoiler review, um, it's kind of, I guess, what happens in a lot of families, and that's not kind of shown or like debated about as much. But this does happen, and when you kind of take a series of this kind, I think kudos to the team to bring out a concept like this in such an intriguing way. I think I'm gonna wait for your Hindi version of Vikram Veda with Ritik and Saif. Thank you.